just a matter of principle now. He hasn't been on this camera in about 3 days, but the last time he did, he daylighted. I know he's around here somewhere, and there's been a bunch of does using this crossing, so there's also a 4-year-old. It's really junk deer that I may shoot if he comes by, I'm not sure. But it's one of those spots that anything can show up, you never know, and they could be here for a day or stay like Ancient did, but yeah, hopefully. It's really cold this morning. It's like 35 degrees, and in this bottom it is cold. I mean, it's freezing, and I did not bring enough clothes. I've never killed a deer out of this spot, so I feel like it's pretty much due. It's really hard to get into, so I had to wake up at 4 a.m. to get in here. I got in the stand at like 5:20, so I've been here almost an hour, no, close to an hour. It's just one of those spots. You have to have a good wind, and this creek has to pull your wind, otherwise it swirls too much. And you guys can see, I don't know if you can see my breath, but it's going behind me, sort of. Not the best direction, so we're gonna need some luck on our side, and hopefully we have a good hunt. I was leaving, I left everything in the tree. Scarface is up here bedded with a doe at 50 yards from him. He's not moving, so I ran down here to get the camera, see if I can get a spot and stock on him. Still bedded there with the doe. I'm gonna leave the side-by-side on, sneak around about, I don't know, 50 yards, see if I can get an arrow in him. Well guys, it's November 8th, and earlier in the video, Scarface was locked down with a doe up there. So I did a little spot and stock. I got 20 yards full draw. It's creeping over the hill. I needed 3 more inches, and I could have put it right behind his front shoulder. But all I could see was the top of his back and top of his shoulders, so I didn't want to do that. He spooked, went 20 yards. I got my rangefinder on him, but I couldn't exactly see him yet. And got it, seen him, 42 yards. On my pin, it's a dial pin, so I put it to 40, went to draw back and he took off. So he was close, but one of my buddies called and said that he's out in this bean field 2 hours ago, right after that happened, with 3 bucks on that doe again. So I know I didn't spook him that bad. There's an old mature deer. Pretty sure he broke part of his 3 off, but I really don't care. We had a good hunt this morning here. Seen a bunch of bucks, seen a bunch of does. I have really high hopes that probably not Scarface, because he's probably gonna be locked down. But the other buck I call Ancient, it's a big 10-pointer with a base point. He's here quite often. And then there's a 4-year-old here. I think he's 4. 10-pointer that I may shoot if he comes in. He was here last night. Also, it's one of those spots that anything can just show up. So there's a bunch of deer that I had pictures of early in the year that I don't have pictures of that could just show up. I went and changed batteries in one of the cameras and seen 2 bucks, 3 does. 2 of the bucks were chasing 2 different does. So it's getting hot and heavy here, and anything can happen. Meh. I've never had my butt whooped by a deer so much in my entire life. And he ain't even that big, he's just old, he knows everything. He came around this corner, and I thought it was a squirrel. I seen his antlers, and I thought it was that 2-year-old 8-pointer. So I had my arm out trying to grab my bow, and he saw movement. He caught me. Obviously bolted when I drew back, but he didn't act scared. He just walked 20 yards, didn't know what had happened. He's blind in one eye, thank God. Couldn't imagine if he had both eyes. I'd never even see him. I'm sure nothing else is gonna come back in, so it's just the end of the video. It's the end of the video, and please like and subscribe. We'll get them eventually, or we'll get one of them.